Well, this is tonight, actually not part of my series that I promised yesterday regarding the financial situation here, but in a way it is. What it is I just needed to vent. And I believe that probably 75% of the American people or more would probably agree with my comments regarding this ridiculous article which appeared, or rather the statements which appeared in this article. It was first published at agency France Press, and it's been reproduced over at Raw Story. So here it goes. Wall Street and the business community gave a lukewarm response Wednesday to the U.S. administration's plan to cap executive pay, fearing that it may lead to a talent exodus and delay recovery in the finance sector. A talent exodus. The reaction came after President Barack Obama announced that executives of finance firms taking government bailouts would have to have their annual salaries limited to $500,000 a year, a move aimed at protecting taxpayers' interests. The salary limit is still a hefty sum, to be sure, and the spirit of the order certainly has popular appeal. But it's a slippery slope when the government puts restrictions on how much an individual can earn in the private sector, said Patrick O'Hare of independent research firm Briefing.com. Mr. O'Hare, you may want to take notice of this. If the taxpayers are bailing out private industry, then they certainly have a say-so in how the executives are conducting their business. Also, the order itself strikes us as a disincentive for financial firms to reach out for aid, which will just prolong the recovery for the sector and the economy. In other words, if the executives don't retain their high compensation, they have no incentive to help out the people of America. What they're after is saving their own asses. Douglas McIntyre at the financial website 24/7 Wall Street said the limits could make it more difficult for troubled banks to retain their best executives. Wall Street may keep most of its bankers if they face pay cuts, but it is the top 5 or 10% who make these companies really profitable, and they will soon be on their way to greener pastures if this measure is enacted. You know what, Mr. McIntyre? Here's what I have to say to the top 5% of these executives which have run our country into the ground. Don't let the door hit you on the way out, and find your greener pastures someplace else.